Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello dear students, welcome to another lecture. In this lecture, we are going to continue with the autobiographical work, The Diary of Anne Frank. We have so far read about Anne Frank and how did she, along with her family, went into hiding, and they named it as the Secret Annex. We also read that Anne Frank, she unfortunately died, but it was her father who got her work published because he wanted the world to know how, an ordinary girl wrote in the extraordinary circumstances. Then we also read how the World War II had started. It was because of the Treaty of Versailles that had actually initiated this war. But after the bombs that were dropped at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, when Japan surrendered, the World War in Europe came to an end. Now let us move on to the third chapter of this book, which is Holocaust. Now the term Holocaust is originally from the Greek word holocauston, which means sacrifice by fire. Today, the Holocaust refers to the Nazi persecution and planned slaughter of millions of European Jews. So, the word Holocaust, this word is originally taken from a Greek word, that is holocauston, and the meaning of this Greek word is sacrifice by fire. Now today, presently, the term Holocaust, it is used for the Nazi persecution. The way Nazis persecuted the people, they killed the people, and the slaughter of the millions of European Jews. Slaughter is very unkind killing, just killing anything and anybody without having any emotions or feelings. So today the word Holocaust represents the unkind, the cruel killings that were taken on by the Nazis because they wanted Europe to be free from Jews. So after World War I, Germany suffered a great deal. Its people were largely unemployed and many were living in complete poverty. The Treaty of Versailles placed harsh restrictions on them. When Adolf Hitler came to power, he dreamt of building a better and more powerful Germany. So, after the World War I came to an end, Germany, as we discussed, it suffered a lot, financially also and emotionally as well. The people were unemployed, they did not have a job, and there were a lot of them who lived in poverty. They lived in complete poverty. They were very poor. The Treaty of Versailles had placed restrictions on them. So because of that treaty, there were a lot of restrictions on them. There were a lot of things that they were not allowed to do, that they could not do. When Adolf Hitler came to power, he dreamt of building a better and a more powerful Germany. So, in this situation, when Germany was in such a bad state, Adolf Hitler took over as the Chancellor, and it is then when he decided that he is going to build a better and a powerful Germany. Hitler loved people he believed were of the Aryan descent, but hated the Jews. He blamed them for all the problems in Germany and convinced his fellow Germans that the Jews were the enemies. Soon, Jews lost their citizenship and life became exceedingly hard for them. As war broke out and Germany invaded Poland, the persecution of Jews became greater. They were forced to wear yellow stars. Jewish children could not attend public schools. Jews could not be out of their homes past a certain time, and Jews could not marry Germans. So, Adolf Hitler was, very fond of. He really liked the people who were of the Aryan descent. That is, the people who belonged to the community of Aryans, but he hated Jews. He hated Jews because according to him, it was Jews who were responsible for all the problems in Germany. And not only did he himself hate the Jews, but he convinced all the Germans that they also should start treating Jews as their enemies. Soon, the Jews lost their citizenship. So, after the fight and after Adolf Hitler was after their lives, they lost their citizenship. And once they lost the citizenship, it became very difficult for them to live. As war broke out and Germany invaded Poland, so after the war and after the invasion of Germany in Poland, the life for Jews became even greater. It became more difficult. They were forced to wear yellow stars. So how did they recognize a Jew in the crowd? All the Jews were told that they are supposed to wear a yellow star on their shirt or t-shirt, whatever they wore. The children of Jews were not allowed to attend the public schools. The Jews could not get out of their homes after a certain time. So there was a time limit that was fixed for them. And the Jews did not have the right to marry the Germans. All Jews were forced to live within certain areas of big cities called ghettos. From the ghettos, the Jews were deported to concentration camps, extermination camps, or the death camps. Many Jews went into hiding to escape being arrested by the Nazis, but most of them were captured. So, all the Jews were forced to live within certain areas of the big cities. So, all the Jews were told that they could only live in certain areas of the cities, and those areas where the Jews lived were termed as ghettos. Now, from the ghettos, first they were told to live in the ghettos, and then from ghettos they were deported. They were shifted to the concentration camp where they were under the surveillance of the army all the time. They were shifted to the extermination camp where they were killed, or the death camps, so extermination or the death camps where they were killed. Many Jews went into hiding. So in order to prevent being caught or being killed, there were a lot of Jews which decided to escape. But most of them were captured. While concentration camps were meant to work and starve prisoners to death, extermination camps or death camps were built for the sole purpose of killing large groups of people quickly and efficiently. So why were the concentration camps built? The concentration camps were built so that the Jews can be shifted to live in that place, and there they will be treated like prisoners. They will be starved for death. That is, no food will be given to them unless they do the work. They used to act as slaves. They used to exterminate people. They used to just kill people. Or the death camps. What were the death camps? In the death camps, the people, were sent in large groups so that they could quickly be murdered. They could quickly be killed. In addition to Jews, the Nazis targeted many other groups of people of different ethnic and religious backgrounds, physically challenged people, and anyone who resisted the Nazis were forced into labor camps or murdered. So, in addition to the Jews, so the Nazi party was certainly behind the Jews. They did not want any Jews to live in the world. But there were other targets of the Nazi party as well. Now, the people who belonged to a different ethnic means what they wore was different. Their religion was different. One or two of them were physically challenged. So these people, they at times tried to resist the movement. They tried to control this movement, but the Nazis killed whosoever resisted. The Nazis were killed the Nazis used to kill whosoever was working against them. It is estimated that 11 million people were killed during the Holocaust, 6 million of which were Jews. So, it is estimated. So, we still do not have the exact number, but it is believed that during the Holocaust, 11 million people died. And out of those 11 million, 6 million people were the Jews. It is okay. So, this is what happened under the Holocaust. So now let us move on to the next page of her diary, where she has written an account of 13 June, Saturday, 1942. So on Friday, June 12, I wake up. So on Friday, June 12, I was awake at 6 o'clock, which is not surprising since it was my birthday. But I am not allowed to get up at that hour, so that I had to control my curiosity until 6:45. When I could not wait any longer, I went to the dining room where Moji welcomed me and rubbing against my legs. So, on Friday, June 12, Anne Frank woke up at 12, which was not surprising. Why was it not surprising for her to wake up at 12? Because it was her birthday. So, obviously, she woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. She knew that the others were not ready, the others were not free, so she had to sleep again for some time. But when she could not wait any longer, she finally got up. She went to the drawing room, the dining room, where her cat, whose name was Moji, she welcomed her. And how did the cat welcome the girl? By rubbing her legs against the Anne Frank's legs. So this is how the animals usually show their love and affection towards you. So a little after 7, I went to the living room to open my presents, and the diary was the first thing I saw. Maybe one of the nicest presents. I got lots of things from father, mother and friends. Among other things, I was given a blue house, a game, a bottle of grape juice, which tastes a bit like wine. After all, wine is made of grapes. A puzzle, a jar, a cold cream, some money, and a gift certificate of 2 books. So after 7, she waited for an hour. She finally came to that room where she was believing that everybody was there. So there everyone hugged him, and then she had to wait a little longer after 7 so that she could open the presents that she had received. And the first birthday and the best birthday present that she got was this diary. Now she said that she got a lot of presents from her parents, her friends, which were a blue blouse, a game, a bottle of grape juice, and she has told us that the taste of that grape juice was more or less like wine. And then she's laughed out loud and she said that after all, wine is also made up of grapes. So a cold jar of cold cream, some money, as well as a certificate for 2 books was also given to them. So something in written was given to them that will make her buy 2 books. In school, I passed out cookies to my teachers and my class during recess, and then we had to go back to our lessons. So after this excitement, when she was in school, she gave cookies, she gave biscuits to her teachers, to her classmates, and then after the recess got over, she gave, she went back to her lessons. So my dear student, I'm going to pause here since this story is divided into multiple parts. I wish to take smaller portions of it so that it is clearly understood by you. So I shall pause here. I will move on to the next part, that is from Saturday 20 June 1942 in my next lecture. So I'll see you all soon. Thank you.